Announced that we made an arrest yesterday on a 1.5-year-old murder case, a horrendous murder case that occurred here in Lincoln County in midsummer of 2021. This is a tough case, and it's gone on for a long period of time, but I promise you that my officers, I'm so proud of them, that worked day and night and religiously on this case and have brought it to a successful conclusion. Arrests were made late yesterday evening and last night in South Carolina. I'm going to turn it over to Major Matt Likens. He'll have the details and he'll try to help you with some of your questions you may have as he concludes.
Good morning, everyone. On July 7, 2021, Ms. Sisk, Patricia Sisk, reported her son, William Buster McCarter, was missing. Ms. Sisk advised she had not heard from her son since July 1st, 2021. Ms. Sisk stated that Mr. McCarter normally communicates with her every few days, so this was out of the character for him. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office began a missing persons investigation at this time. On July 13, 2021, at around 7:50 p.m., patrol deputies were dispatched to a wooded area of Smith Farm Road in Lincolnton in reference to a suspicious vehicle being located. Upon arrival, deputies located a green Kia Sportage displaying license plate HJC 1185. The vehicle was registered to William McCarter. Mr. McCarter was not within the immediate vicinity of the vehicle. Deputies began to search a wooded area off of Smith Farm Road along with Sheriff's Office canines. During the search, deputies located a body several hundred yards from the vehicle. The hands and feet of the body were bound behind the back. There appeared to be severe trauma to the head area of the body. The body was identified from tattoos and medical records at that time as William Buster McCarter. The Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigations Division immediately began processing the crime scene to obtain evidence, as well as conducted interviews with known associates of Mr. McCarter. The investigation continued with the body being sent for autopsy with the North Carolina Medical Examiner's Office and further analysis by the Forensic Anthropology Department with North Carolina State University due to decomposition. Sheriff's Office detectives began obtaining search warrants for known social media accounts, cell phone records, and financial records. Detectives further began canvassing the Smith Farm Road and adjoining neighborhoods to speak with possible witnesses and to locate any video surveillance. The investigation continued through the following months with dozens of interviews, polygraphs, additional search warrants for electronic records, and search warrants on physical properties to obtain additional evidence for the case. Numerous persons of interest were identified and leads followed up on by investigators. A $10,000 reward was offered with the generous support of the Treadstone Group and Ross Bulla. A tip line was opened up for this case to give the opportunity for any member of the public to provide information they knew or heard about the case. The investigation of this case continued with detectives following up on information provided by citizens from interviews and information obtained from search warrants. At the beginning of 2023, the Criminal Investigations Division formed a task force of investigators to assist the lead detective by putting fresh eyes on the case. A thorough review of the evidence collected during the early days of the investigation, along with new evidence collected by the task force, 2 suspects were identified. On February 9, 2023, detectives began attempting to locate 2 individuals, Madison Donnell of Maid, North Carolina, and Thomas Wayne Mathis of Maid, North Carolina. Madison Donnell was located at her residence and brought to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, where she was formally charged with first-degree murder. She was placed in the Lincoln County Detention Center with no bond. Her first appearance is scheduled for this morning. Working together with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office in South Carolina, Thomas Wayne Mathis was located and taken into custody. Mathis is currently being held in the Lancaster County Detention Center on a fugitive warrant awaiting extradition. I have been made aware that he did sign his extradition and he will be placed in our custody later on this afternoon. Once the extradition process is complete, Mr. Mathis will be transported here where he will be formally charged with first-degree murder. This was a very heinous and gruesome murder that is not common in Lincoln County. We would like to give our sincere condolences to Mr. McCarter's mother, Ms. Sisk here, and to her family. We know that this has been a difficult time for you and your family. It has been the goal of this office to work this case to completion, and we will continue to work this case until prosecution and conviction are complete. I'd like to thank Lincoln County for their support and assistance during the investigation of this case. We'd like to thank the media for their coverage and keeping eyes on it to draw attention to the case. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office had assistance from Gaston County Police Department, Catawba County Sheriff's Office, the Lancaster County, South Carolina Sheriff's Office, Lincoln County Probation and Parole, Lincoln County Emergency Services, the North Carolina State Crime Lab, the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigations, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, North Carolina Medical Examiner's Office, the North Carolina State University Forensic Anthropology Department, and Ross Boulder. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office utilized the entire Criminal Investigation Division, which consists of 14 investigators that worked tirelessly on this case. They conducted close to 100 interviews, executed 50 search warrants, and devoted countless hours to get where we are today.